Hey folks, we're back to the easily to recognize Dreadnought shaped guitar that just about every acoustic guitar company makes. And this is kind of a flagship model for Takamine. Anyway, this is a GD10. Now, technically, it's a GD10NS. GD10NS guitar. It's kind of one of their mid-range models with the spruce top, select spruce top, mahogany back and sides with the black binding and sort of white and black purfling, tortoiseshell style pick guard, purfled rosette, very classic looking guitar, very Martin-esque looking guitar. There's the headstock, which you'll recognize, the Takamine headstock, very standard tuners on it. It's not super high-end, but it does have an ebony board on this, which most high-end guitars come with. So they actually plunked for a slightly more expensive fretboard. I love ebony boards. It also has the pinless bridge, which supposedly gives you more sustain. So it's kind of a mid-range, lower mid-range Takamine guitar with a couple of appointments that they put on their higher-end guitars, which I suppose that's what mid-range means. Satin finished, or matte finished, whichever word you prefer. Just a very good $300 Dreadnought spruce top acoustic from a very reputable company. I would put Takamine in there with Yamaha and Court as far as consistency goes. I've often talked about how consistent Yamaha guitars are, or how consistent Court guitars are. I find the same with Takamine. Once you get above the Jasmine entry-level series and you get into their G series guitars like this one, they're usually good value for money, well made, good woods, good players, sort of in that lower mid-range category. This one having the ebony board and the pinless bridge may get you a little bit more sustain than some of the other models. It's just a really I hate using the word competent, but that's what it is. It's not anything high-end or particularly advanced, but if you want a good entry-level Dreadnought guitar with good appointments, well made, this is a good bet to go with, particularly if you're looking for something under, let's say, 500, around the 300, 250 mark. This was sold actually as a GD10 Kit 1. Now, I want to just put a little word of warning about kits, particularly on sites like Amazon. If you were to buy the GD10NS guitar, which is what this is, it would cost a certain amount of money. Let's say this costs $250 or $279 or something like that. The kit guitar, they whack up $100 or $80. So let's say the kit guitar, the GD10 kit guitar, is $359 or something like that. Something $100 higher than the original. Well, what does the difference mean? Well, the difference means they give you a nice chrome cast bag and then the usual array of accessories, usually like 3 to 5 picks, usually a clip-on tuner, which is a $12 tuner. Occasionally you'll get a capo, maybe not, and usually you'll get a cheap strap. A lot of companies just do that with their guitars, but this guitar has a kit version for it. Is the kit worth the extra $80? I don't think so, personally. If I'm going to spend $80 or $100 more on a kit version of a guitar, or a pack, sometimes it's called a pack, I want a hard shell case, you know? So basically you can buy just this guitar and get yourself a nice gig bag for it and pick up the accessories. It's probably cheaper than the kit price, but they get people that way. So I thought I'd put a little warning. Sometimes these package or kit deals with guitars, particularly entry or intermediate level guitars, they're a bit of a marketing gimmick, and they're designed really to catch out people who are new to the world of guitar and guitar parts and purchases and things like that, parents, what have you. So I just happened to notice that this was marketed as the GD10 Kit 1, so there's probably a Kit 2, maybe that's with the hard shell case, but it's actually a GD10NS guitar, and I think Amazon's a bit dishonest with the distinction between those two model numbers, because basically you can buy this guitar at a cheaper price and just get your own accessories and gig bag. I don't think that's an $80 gig bag either. I think you can get those Chromecast gig bags for about $30 on Amazon. So I think there's a bit of gimmickry going on there, and I thought I should disclose it since I ran into it, and I do see it from time to time. There are other companies that just throw in the accessories in the gig bag anyway. They don't have to make a separate SKU for a kit version of the guitar. They just throw it in as a matter of policy, and I like those companies. I think all companies should do it. For instance, the last couple of Seagulls I've brought, the last couple of Blue Ridges I've got, all come with nice gig bags, and usually a couple of accessories, whether it be a strap, sometimes it'll be a cable if it's an electric acoustic, usually a little pack of cheap picks and maybe a capo. I think they should just do that anyway. That stuff is so cheap, and most guitar companies can pick it up in bulk at pennies on the dollar. So having a kit version of a guitar and then marking it up that much, I think, is a bit disingenuous. But anyway, let's not let that detract from the guitar itself. It's a very good, let's say, entry to mid-range level Dreadnought, spruce top Dreadnought guitar, made by Takamine. I'll show you the headstock one more time. It's very recognizable. I'm sure you've all seen plenty of Takamines. I used to call them Takamines, but I'm told that Takamine is the correct pronunciation. Maybe I have some Japanese folk who can clear that up for me. Anyway, alright folks, see you on the next one.